again, we all go through a whole lot, and it's huge what we go through. And yes, it's very important to, see what the little self is doing and how we react and the ideas that we set up that actually create blocks and restrictions from us seeing anything else. So again, you really have to, just like going to the gym and working out, just like Arnold Schwarzenegger became Mr. Universe, all he did is work out. And so every moment, each person has that opportunity to do that. And again, this is where the intent comes in. It's very important, and to decide a purpose and a real purpose. And so you set yourself up in a particular way. So yeah, we want to get through these influences, but as you recognize the intent of what all life is, and you are interested in that, other things start to fade away. When you decide to have a real purpose and stand real with that, as opposed to what you like and don't like or whatever, or how you want to be more comfortable or, feel better, all these things. Again, the personal self. And yeah, it has its life. It's taken care of. And the interesting thing is that as you have a real view with all life, it's automatically taken care of. This is what's so cool about it. You don't have to change the oil and, wash the windows and all that like you do your car. It's like becomes automatic, but that's a huge journey, like the real guide. So you really can't think that, oh, I can do it in a year or two, or I know this knowledge. And this is where I've seen many people come and go. They get the knowledge, they get the basic idea, and after a while they get kind of bored with it. It's kind of like they hear the same thing over and over again. But yeah, and it's like saying, well, I've washed my clothes before. Why should I wash them again? I already washed them last year. So again, it's kind of like that, and that's kind of silly, isn't it? You have to keep going through it and through it and through it, and especially with cause and effect, because there's always, the ebb and flow or the changes that occur because it's automatic in cause and effect. And so those that control others through the business world and whatever, they try to stabilize things the best they can, but they can't. They can't do that. They can only control the weather so much. They can only control people's minds so much, because there's that free will awareness, and that's with all life. And that is our struggle to recognize that. And that is huge. And so to set up a position for yourself, to have a real purpose, and most people don't have a purpose. They're just living here. They're just like taking care of themselves and etc., pampering themselves, and which is fine. Nothing is negated. It's all fine. But now coming into this is why most people won't look at this, because, there's a part of them that is like, oh my gosh, this is huge. This is like climbing Mount Everest in your underwear. And yeah, it's even more than that. And it's dangerous too. And so, yeah. And so you as a witness, like Kevin and others, it's very, very important, because you add to the reality of what life is, and eventually what is real will little by little be exposed to you, and it's endless. But this is a big journey, more so than any of the spiritual paths or anything that exists upon the earth. These are just all, babysitting positions, and they really equal nothing. And again, Paul bringing out what he did, that was just the first part. That was just step one. That was it. And you see how people get lost in that and lost in all the other stuff, because the world's been so literalized. And so, yeah, the challenge is to face up. But the best part is when you recognize how to support others and you forget yourself. I look at the heart of each individual that steps up, and do you want to, learn to be real and see what's really going on? And are you willing to support the next person and learn to see them as they really are, past that personal self, and have no attitudes? And so, yeah, that's a huge challenge, because people want to have attitudes, and they can still have their attitudes, but align it with something that makes sense more so than what you've known. And that's that's a challenge. It's all a challenge. So everything that I've been through and am going through, yes, I have a real consideration for people. I really do. But if they want to be silly, they go do it on their own. That's it. So, just like if there's a bully on the school bus, enough's enough, you take them off. So you don't need attitudes. All you have to do is learn to see something more that's just amazing and wonderful than anything you've known, and it will show up. And especially many times, just like what you're saying here about Kevin's experience, through the experience of others. Me, I don't usually say anything except I make a comment on these things and whatever, try to actually promote you and others to do this. I'm the promoter. That's all. It's not about me. It's about you. And it's about all. This is what's so cool. And so as you become more aware and you share and step up and do what you've done, and all the others and anybody else that's done it, it becomes very, very real. And you have to learn to articulate also more so than just the literal mind. Don't get stuck in these phrases and ideas and things that the world has known and predictions and all this nonsense. It's not about that. It's an isness now, learning to see it now, being real now, and seeing what's going to show up. And that's the part I like too, as I come into these groups and create the groups for specific reasons, etc., and listen to the experiences of others. That's how I set it up, because I wanted to see them step forward and share. Now they have the opportunity, like never before, to be more real and wonderful. And this is great. I feel like the parent watching their kids doing something that really makes sense. So yes, thank you. And we're all youngsters at this. We're still here, and we're going to go through a lot. So it only makes sense to support each other realistically. You have your personal life. Go do what you want to do, or don't do it. It's up to you.